Fresh off a Question Time, right-wing commentator and podcast host Konstantin Kisin is moaning about cancel culture. Kisin posted this on Twitter.
Over the last few days, there's been an attempt by a few non-entities on social media to have me banned from further Question Time appearances. These people still think it's 2016 when these tactics worked. Let me explain something to you. You've had the monopoly on the microphone for a long time, and it's made you lazy, and it's made you arrogant. More than 2 million people now watch and listen to Trigonometry. 100,000 read my Substack every week. Our show is part of a massive ecosystem of alternative media, which is the reason the legacy media is dying. You can keep trying to cancel people from the conversation to maintain your echo chamber. But even if you succeed, all that will achieve is driving more people into our arms. If you really hate my views and what I stand for, there's only one thing you can do. Make better arguments. Good luck. You're going to need it.
I mean, it's all very vague, though, isn't it? You know, I'm being cancelled. Being cancelled. Who was trying to cancel you? Right? How many people? How would they do it? Do you notice he says, "Oh, it's not big timers are trying to cancel me. It's irrelevant people." Then why are you making a video about how you're being cancelled? Right? This is another example of the right wing wanting to be in perpetual victimhood. Right? Kisin was literally on our public broadcaster, the BBC's flagship show. He has a large YouTube channel and a big social media presence. Yet conservatives constantly need to manufacture a world in order to keep their own politics sustainable, telling people they're oppressed, they're marginalised for stating opinions that have only been beneficial to the political establishment for 1,000 years. Now, to remind everyone, Kisin was called out by Labour MP Douglas Alexander for claiming that Rishi Sunak can't be English because he's a brown Hindu.
When Fraser Nelson put it to you that Rishi Sunak is absolutely English,
I said he's
what
British.
did you reply?
I said he's British.
You said he's a brown Hindu.
No, that's not what I said. I said
English?
he's British. I said he's
How
British.
is he?
Now, the internet always brings the receipts. This is Kisin on the Trigonometry podcast.
I would say that Rishi Sunak is as English as Tizer and Wyferns, right? He is absolutely English. He was born and bred here. And I wouldn't say that the colour of his skin makes him any
He's
less.
a brown Hindu. How is he English?
Because he's born and bred here.
So by being born here, you become English, in your opinion?
Yeah.
Kevin, the constant victimhood from conservatives, it's really embarrassing, isn't it?
Honestly, if I ever had my ass handed to me by Fraser Nelson, I would not show my face in public ever again. I would live under a rock like a hermit, basically. That's embarrassing. We should change his name to Konstantin Whining, because that's all he ever does is just whinge and whine and moan. Like so many of these supposedly anti-cancel culture people who would crack down on people's freedoms if they ever got the chance to, because that's what fascism is. They're constantly moaning about how they're being silenced, and yet I can still hear them, which isn't very effective in terms of silencing, is it? It's almost like they're lying. It reminds me of when John CRIES had a documentary on Channel 4, the national broadcast, a nationwide broadcaster, a documentary telling us all how he'd been silenced on a major platform. It's ridiculous. If you can't see the absurdity of that, I don't know how else better to explain it to you. If I can still hear you, you haven't been silenced. Konstantin Kisin is not a person of any intellectual renown or political experience. So why is he even on that show to begin with? Let alone the fact that virtually all of the people that go on there are right-wing gobshites like himself. Means that he's not adding anything interesting or new to the show. He's not a particularly erudite or interesting person to listen to, so he's not adding anything in terms of entertainment. Why is he on there constantly, whining and moaning? And secondly, every accusation the right wing make is just a confession. I think we saw this with Zia Yusuf whinging and whining about how the panel were trying to silence him the other day on Question Time as well, even though the point that was being made was by a member of the audience. So it's not the elite silencing you, it's someone in the audience questioning your political past. Like, it's ridiculous. They talk about how everyone else wants to be in an echo chamber, and yet they're the ones that want to be in an echo chamber. They don't like having their views questioned in any way whatsoever. If you try and probe into why they believe the things they believe, they'll start talking about how you're trying to cancel them. I don't want to cancel this guy. I think the more you let him speak, the more people can see that he's an absolute moron. And so, yeah, by all means, allow him his stupid little podcast. Who cares? But why does he have to get a season ticket to sit on one of the major political talk shows when he's not a person of sufficient anything to be there? And not just that, but to be given such a massive platform when you clearly don't deserve it, and still to moan about how everyone else has got the monopoly on the microphone is ludicrous. If anyone wants to cancel me into a regular appearance on the nation's biggest political debate show, by all means, I'll happily actually say the things that are countercultural. Because that's the thing with him and the right wing, is that they like to appear as if they're alternative media. No, you're not. You're parroting the same shit that the rich already want you to. That's all you are. Actual alternative media is places like Turn Left or Novara Media or Politics Joe or whoever, right? They're going to give you something better. What trigonometry is just the same right-wing rubbish, but a little less polished because, they say the quiet bit out loud, like brown Hindus can't be English, which is an absurdly racist thing for which, quite rightly, people criticised you. Because that's the thing with free speech, Konstantin, is that you're allowed to say something ridiculous and people can say that's ridiculous. And that's not them cancelling you, that's them rightfully criticising the stupid things that you said. So free speech works both ways. If you can't handle it, shut up.
All I want to say to that is, Konstantin, fucking cry more. Wah!